Welcome to Meets Woodshop. And making this really fancy clipboard for your dead bird eye protection. Let's drill some holes. Join me in making this awesome beer mug. So I'm actually really happy with this. I think it looks really nice. My dovetails. I did not think that I was going to be making a technique.
That's mine! That's mine too!
I'm Caleb with Meetings Woodshop, and it definitely seems like spring has sprung here in East Texas. What better time to get with the family, and what perfect thing for a family get-together or barbecue than a chips and dip tray. It's really easy. If you have enough patience for several glue-ups, then you could get this done easily in a day.
And it's delicious.
So over here on this side of my workbench, I store a lot of my scrap wood from different projects. I've got a lot of scrap wood. For this project, I had the idea of using some of this scrap wood so I could get it out of my workbench and somewhere else in the form of a project. So I've already pulled what scrap wood I'm going to use for this project. So let's look at it. Well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a chips and dip tray. I think it's going to be a fun project. I had this idea of making it maybe like out of walnut and maple or something like that, making it really fancy, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I think it would make a good scrap wood project. Keep it simple, maybe a little bit rustic, kind of homey, you know, for like family barbecue day or something. This wood is going to make up our frame, and what I would like to do first is it's got nails in it, and it's got brads in it, and we're going to take these to the table saw and just cut off those pieces. Where your dad burn eye protection. Alright, so I had actually started this chips and dip tray early in the week. If I gotta be completely honest with you guys, this is bad. The particular day I went to put this together, I had a really rough day at work, and I was not in the right frame of mind to be in the wood shop trying to make a project. I've heard some of the best guys on YouTube say if you're frustrated or aggravated or upset about something, just take a break and don't go in the shop and don't go trying to make stuff, because one, if you're not in the right frame of mind, you could really injure yourself if you're not completely focused or if your mind is in other places. And two, you're gonna end up with stuff like this. It's the weekend now, I'm in a much better frame of mind and am willing to focus the way I should on this. So what I'm gonna do that I wanna keep from this is I like the thickness of the frame on this. Good God, no. This frame with one of the boards I just cut, I just put a line on it. That line didn't have to be perfect. I think this guy is gonna be our total length of the tray, but now I need a width. Maybe about there, and see, I'm not even really using any measurements for this. I'm just going by what looks about right. I'm gonna cut outside of that line because we're gonna have to make some 45-degree miter cuts on these to put it all together, so that's gonna take some length off. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down to their final sizes. Now before I get all crazy cutting miters and all this fancy crap, cutting everything down to its final dimensions, what I'm gonna do first and foremost is I've got a 5/8 straight bit in here, and I'm gonna use that to cut a rabbet along all of these boards so that when they're assembled we could cut the base to fit and just drop it in and it will sit on those rabbets. I'm still not super efficient at cutting miters, so what I'm doing is I've got my lines drawn and I'm just slowly creeping up to that line with the blade. So after a bit of fine tuning here, I've got the basic frame lined up. Alright, I don't have one of those fancy pants, fancy lad, ratchet strap clamp things. I've seen other guys do this. I'm going to use some tape. And here it shall wait until it's dry. While that frame is drying, I got these two little salsa bowls that are going to be incorporated into the project. And what I want is for like a little ring or a little thing for them to kind of set in where they won't slide around all over the tray, just something to hold them in place. Is just mark where each leg is. And now with each leg marked, I can kind of connect them. And there's a ring. Now, this bit is a bit overkill, but you know, whatever. Now I could just trace that out and repeat the same thing. Now I could use my Dremel tool with a little sanding thing on it and sand away the rough jigsaw stuff on the inside of the ring. Holy shit. Just demolished that. I've got this scrap plywood. Just kind of weird to move around. Now I want the base to fit on those rabbits we cut earlier. And I will draw a line. Based on the rabbit. I'm going to cut out around this with my jigsaw and then I'll run it through the table saw to get some clean edges on it. Before I go installing it, I'm going to go ahead and sand it all real quick. As I always say, be sure you write a secret message on the surface that's going to be glued. That way people, if they tear apart your work, they'll know what this is all about. Glue along the rabbit. Put our dingarang base in. So I got these little 5-pound weights that'll help hold this down while it dries. Okay, I think my base is finally dry enough where I could glue these wooden circles in. I would imagine that most people probably can't afford fancy, elegant clamps like this. If you can't, go use a rock. Oh man, there's a lot of gluing and waiting for glue to dry in this project. Now we'll finish it off with a little protection, my favorite spray lacquer. There we have it, our chips and dip serving tray. But they fit nicely into these little rings. I mean, they have a little bit of room to move around. Even at nighttime they crow. I really like my little rustic serving tray. I kind of left that American flag stamp on there. I wanted that. This is something I imagine more of like if you have guests or some kind of God, it sounds like he's getting killed. I might as well not say anything, because when I do, they're going to start again. I think this chips and dip tray will be better served living out its days here on my dad's property. It's actually his birthday tomorrow, and we're having a barbecue, so perfect timing, and he could have this. So there you have it, the completed chips and dip tray. It came out pretty good, and as I said in the shop, I actually made this for my dad's birthday.
Yeah!
This is my dad.
Thank you, son.
Who's graciously allows Means Woodshop to operate out of his own shop. What you think about it?
I think it's the best chip and dip tray I've ever ate out of. Chips just taste better.
I just like how it's the size and how it has hole bowls,
Yeah.
or like circles for hole bowls.
With that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you hit the little notification bell by the video, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And I'd like to congratulate Todd Breeze as the winner for my subscriber giveaway. Also,
Yeah! Hey, Todd.
Yay, Todd.
You're gonna love it.
Also, I will probably continue to do subscriber giveaways in the future as well, so keep an eye out for those. I will see you next time.
And happy chipping.
Happy chipping.